Buenos días, clase. Hoy es el 21 o el 22 de septiembre. Hoy es lunes o es martes. Depends on if you have me for periods 1 and 3 or period 4. Buenos días. La pregunta de asistencia, the attendance question, ¿cómo se escribe tu nombre? ¿Cómo? How? ¿Cómo se escribe tu nombre? Así se escribe mi nombre en español. Señorajones, Señora Jones. So you're going to practice spelling your name in Spanish. I know you've done this for Flipgrid, but I want you to also be able to spontaneously spell your name in español. Muy bien. In addition to becoming familiar with the letters and the vowels in the Spanish alphabet, in el alfabeto, there are certain responses that we need to be familiar with in español that become automatic. Es automático. Si yo digo buenos días, ustedes responden buenos días. Buenas tardes, buenas tardes. Buenas noches, buenas noches. Good morning, okay, good afternoon, and good night. También, gracias, thank you. Sí, gracias, no, no, gracias. No, thank you. Por favor, please. De nada, you're welcome. Hola, hello. Adios, goodbye. And sí or no, okay? So I want you to become very familiar with using this in the class. If I ask you, preguntas, ¿hay preguntas? Are there any questions? No, no hay preguntas. Sí, sí hay preguntas. If I greet you when you come into class, you can respond. If I say thank you, gracias, you can respond de nada, okay? Simple responses in español. Again, a reminder that you need to record your Flipgrid in your recording of your name in Flipgrid. Here is the song, if you need to listen to the song again to practice the pronunciation. And again, here is where you find that assessment. In this assessment, you'll find the links to Flipgrid. I prefer that you use Flipgrid. I am not publishing these to Flipgrid, I'm only looking at them. Eventually, we will be publishing our videos and our audio to Flipgrid because we have to listen and talk to each other. But this first one, to keep you less nervous about that, it's not going to be published, it's hidden. Okay, I've given everyone feedback on this if you've submitted it already. So you'll see your score. This is your first real grade for the class. I've given you very specific feedback. So please look at that feedback. And I've given anyone the option who wants to improve their score, if they didn't get an 8, to visit me during office hours. Please see me during office hours. We might have several people in there at once. It's okay. Please see me during office hours to reassess or talk about how you can improve. Some feedback overall. Some of you spelled only your name and not your last name. Tu nombre is your first name. Y tu apellido is your last name. Also in Flipgrid, I recorded a sample of what it should look and sound like. So always watch my example Flipgrid video first to make sure that you're following the instructions. Refer back to the slides for pronunciation with the song, and then go to my feedback to see what it is that you need to do better. Why are we learning Spanish? Well, here's what I think is one main reason. Learning to speak another person's language means taking one's place in the human community. It means reaching out to others across cultural and linguistic, which is language, boundaries. Language is far more than a system to be explained. It is our most important link to the world around us. Language is culture in motion. It is people interacting with people. So I hope you have found sort of your reason for taking a language or for taking Spanish besides it being a requirement. And if you haven't, I think you'll have a rich experience in my class by the end of the year, which will change your mind and attitudes towards the value and the importance of learning another language, and especially Spanish. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué el español? Why Spanish? There are many reasons why people learn Spanish, but these are a variety that I'd like to share with you. You can speak with your neighbor. Over 430 million speakers worldwide, and I think that's more, up to 450 million. Spanish is the second most spoken language both worldwide and in the United States, with 45 million speakers. And in the United States, we rank third in Spanish-speaking population after Mexico and Colombia. And by 2050, the US Spanish-speaking population will be the greatest in the world. Spanish helps with the global workforce. I know many parents, when they come and visit me during conferences, they say they wish they spoke Spanish, or if they could speak Spanish in their job, it would be so much better. That alone is testimony. It helps you strengthen your own language or your own languages, especially English. There's a lot of similarities, and so as I teach you the language of Spanish, I relate it back to English, and it strengthens your English as well. Again, back to that, Spanish and English share the same alphabet, and there are thousands of cognates. There are perfect cognates, mean they relate and they're true. They're truly the same meaning. And there's imperfect, meaning that's not necessarily the same meaning. You can learn other languages more easily if you also learn Spanish. So by being multilingual or being bilingual, and there are many in our classroom who already are, they can learn Spanish more easily. If you are monolingual, only speaking English right now, by learning Spanish, you will be able to learn a third and a fourth language more easily. There's a lot of rhythm that has influenced us from Latin America and Spain. You can travel far and wide to over 22 Spanish-speaking countries. You can explore the cuisine right here in our own neighborhoods by eating the food and ordering the food in Spanish. And then also there's a lot of entertainment that comes from the Spanish-speaking world. So your goals for this quarter, and there are 3 of them that will have assessments that ask you to do these 3 things. Uno, introduce me to another student. So that'll be speaking. Dos, and let me refer back to número uno, you'll be speaking with another student, so you'll be having a conversation. Número dos, you'll be speaking just about yourself, so it's just you. And número tres, you're going to learn and write about another student in class. Here's some information about me, and I'd like you to follow along. In class, we will be defining what the amarillo, las palabras en amarillo are. Yo soy la señora Jones y soy la profesora de español de séptimo grado 7. Yo soy de California, pero vivo en St. Paul, Minnesota. Yo tengo 2 hijas, Mila y Anya, y un esposo, Shri. Mi esposo, Shri, es de la India. Yo tengo 43 años. So we're going to have a discussion and answer the following questions about that paragraph. ¿De dónde es la señora Jones? La señora Jones es de California. ¿Cuántos años tiene la señora Jones? La señora Jones tiene 43 años. ¿Dónde vive la señora Jones? La señora Jones vive en St. Paul. ¿Qué es la señora Jones? La señora Jones es profesora. Aquí es una foto de mi familia. Es mi hija Anya y mi hija Mila y mi esposo Shri. We're going to practice again This time in class, everyone's going to be asking somebody else their name, their Spanish name, and using this dialogue to get through a conversation, expressing, it's a pleasure to meet you and learning each other's names. Again, we are going to go over introductions and names, and that is your tarea for before next class. Muy bien, gracias, hasta luego.